Good afternoon, and welcome here to Speed Gaming 2, and we are here to present to you the Super Mario Brothers 3 Randomizer Tournament. I'm Adirondack Rick, being joined by Lost Cards Fan, and we've got ourselves a fun match this afternoon.
That's right, Rick. On the right, we have gamercal versus One Fine Day. Gamercal, who was our fourth place finisher last year, this is a Group I matchup. He is 4-0, so he is looking to sweep the group play here, go to 6-0, and punch his ticket into the bracket stages. For One Fine Day, this is his first set of matches, so he would like to at least get one win off of our fourth place finisher to put himself into of advancing to the bracket stages himself. On the left side, we have DarkShadows59 and Jetabb. This is a Group J matchup for DarkShadows59, currently 2-0 in group stage play. So he's looking to improve on his mark to get to the bracket stages himself. And for Jetabb, this is his first set of races here in group play. So we'll see if he can make his mark in Group J, try to advance to the bracket stages himself.
Yes, as the runners are getting themselves all set and ready to go, it is the two runners on the left side of the screen, DarkShadows59 versus Jetabb, and the two runners on the right, gamercal versus One Fine Day. What are we going to get at the very beginning, Laws?
Well, this is a flag set number 1, so we're going to have the vanilla order of the worlds and also the levels in its proper position. But we could see a swap of forts like this. We have 2 forts in World 1 instead of 1, and here is the World 1 fort.
Yeah, that is beautiful there, Laws. Now, this makes some sort of decision making, and now we know this is not going to break apart of the locks you need or open up a bridge.
Right, so no leaf either, so even if they wanted to go for the item, they couldn't do it because there's no leaf, and Dark Shadows, misses his cycle and gets pushed off the ledge by the spikes.
That didn't sound good.
No, it really didn't. So, gamercal and One Fine Day on the right side taking on Boom Boom, and it's no problem for either runner. I see what Jetabb was trying to do. Very well done to get the white block with those 2 fire snakes just looming, and let's see what kind of item Jetabb's going to get from the mushroom house. Hey, a Jugum Cloud.
That's a decent start.
And Sledgehammer Bro, nice shot there from Jetabb. And another Jugum Cloud. See Dark Shadows getting through the World 1 fort, taking down Boom Boom. But we're going to have to clear that other fort. And it's 3F2 on gamercal's side. That means we're not going to see 3F2 in World 3. Which, of course, also means we could only see just the 1 fort. Because there's 1 panel missing. So we're going to see that panel elsewhere. And potentially we could see it in World 3. And Jetabb is done with 1-2. One Fine Day trying to maneuver around those carpet boos successfully. Gamercal gets the fire kill on Boom Boom. One Fine Day, likewise.
Always nice to get that first kill of the game. Gets yourself set up for the momentum.
Absolutely. Rick Dark Shadows now into 3F2 as well. Jetabb now into the World 1 fort. Sees that it's just a star, so he's going to have to take the long way. Gets through successfully. Gamercal not opting to go into the background, so he's going to miss out on that Jugum Cloud. Let's see what One Fine Day decides to do.
And this is kind of the early setup, is how do you manage your items? How do you end up playing around with your items? Like, you could find yourself needing those items for future levels, and you've already used them on the early levels. Or, you'll be using them for the later levels.
Right you are. And Jetabb, I tell you what, that was some nice anticipation skills. He saw, because he was trying to do the slide down 1-5 like you normally do in the vanilla game, immediately saw the danger and was able to stop himself before taking damage. Gamercal's able to avoid Boss Bass here in 1-2. One Fine Day now in that same 1-2.
Yeah, this 1-2 here has the potential of maybe getting to be an issue. We get our first indication of the end spade game. 80,000 points unlocks it. Every 80,000 points, that is. And gamercal does not get anything on his first cycle through. Takes care of the Boomerang brother and will be the first one to head towards the airship.
Yep,
Gets a cloud for his effort.
Right, you are there. And an interesting set of cards there. We saw 2 10s, a 20, and a 1-up. So none of the flowers, mushrooms, or stars on those 4 cards. That is very rare to see, considering there's only 6.
So gamercal going through this first airship, and as you mentioned, we have ourselves with the early setup here, where the worlds will align with the same levels that are inside those worlds, right?
Yep, and Larry Cheatsy Koopa was a Earthquake 5 hitter, the maximum power of a Koopa kid, and gamercal makes quick work of him and will move on to World 2. Now, One Fine Day did make a match in his end card game. It was a pair of flowers, but I didn't see what it was in the inventory.
Hopefully at some point in time we'll get to see what the inventory is.
Oh, Jetabb taking some damage to the Earthquake, but does take him down, as does One Fine Day. They'll both be moving on to World 2. Dark Shadows picks up his Jugen Cloud from the Hammer Brother and will be moving on to the World 1 airship.
And we start off with the Pyramid to kick things off here in this World 2.
I don't know if you noticed it, Rick, but again, we have 2 fortresses here in World 2.
And we know we're only going to get 1 fort in World 3, right?
Yeah, for sure. And another world, which we may or may not see here in World 2, is also going to be down 1 fort as well.
By the way, the reward for the World 1 airship was a Tanuki suit.
Ooh, that's pretty nice. And Dark Shadows takes care of Larry Koopa. He'll be moving on to World 2 himself. gamercal completes the pyramid. We'll move on to the next stage.
Yeah, gamercal currently the leader of the 4 racers here, making his way over to what will be 2-1 coming up in just a moment. Then we'll get to figure out what's going on with these forts.
Yeah, that's right, Rick. All 4 of these runners are playing the exact same seed, but it's the matchups on the right and the matchups on the left that count in terms of the head-to-heads.
Oh, Dark Shadows elected to use his cloud to skip the pyramid, has decided that he doesn't want to save it for future reference. We'll see how that comes into play a little bit later on. He's the only one who has elected not to do the pyramid, so that gives him a current lead over Jet, but Jet does have a cloud in his arsenal.
Yeah, you're right on that, Rick. It is the pyramid is a kind of a long stage, so I can see where Dark Shadows is going using the cloud there. But yeah, that could prove to be costly, or it could prove to be the move that gives him the upper leg, as Dark Shadows avoids the 3 of a kind. While it gives you 5 ups if you get the 3 stars, you are treated to this fireworks animation, and especially in a race situation, that's a time sink you really don't want to face unless you're low on lives.
And Dark Shadows is not going to be able to do the end spade game because of the fact that he clouded the pyramid. So that could also come into play a little bit later on, depending on what we match.
Right. I mean, if the items are, luxury items, then yeah, that's really going to hinder Dark Shadows. But if it's nothing but garbage items, yeah, it could have favored Dark Shadows. We'll see.
Like, if Jet pulls out 1 hammer out of this end spade game, that will give him an advantage, because we're about ready to head to World 3 in just a few moments. World 3 is one of those levels where you might be able to make some good use out of the hammer. As we find, there are 3 forts in World 2.
Oh, so that means another 4 from another world. Yep, we have the rare red-colored fort. That's my favorite one, the red fort. So there's a star pickup for gamercal from the Hammer Brothers scene there. And One Fine Day takes down Boom Boom in the World 2 Spike Fort. Ooh, it is 5F2, the Sky Fort, or the Lava Fort, so we will not see that in World 5.
Yeah, now you got to make the decision. What way do you want to go to get to this castle? And most of these runners are going to choose to go 5F2.
I just realized something, Rick. I kind of wonder if the red fort always is 5F2. I mean, it's blue in vanilla, so I'm guessing if it's red, we know it's 5F2. I kind of wonder that. That's a good question.
Our experts in chat will go ahead and give us the answer soon enough, as gamercal pops into the other fort, and this is 6F3.
That's right, the carpet fort, so we won't see this one in World 6.
So we've already seen a World 3 second 4, a World 5 second 4, and a World 6 second 4, or rather a third 4 in that case, already out of commission.
Yep, and I just got confirmation that indeed, if you see the discolored fort, the one that's not the normal golden color, like this red fort here, you know it's going to be 5F2. That means you're not going to see it in World 5.
One Fine Day has opted to go back to the Spade game. It's now made 2 matches on the board. Oh, he's going to make his 3rd match of the board. Now that makes 4. Again, we don't know what these items correspond to. What you see on the screen doesn't have any indication, but we do get a Jukum Cloud, a music box, and a star. So the cloud has attachment to one of the money pickups. I think the 10 rupee pick, or the 10 gold coin pickup.
Oh, 4 matches for gamercal, but we're not going to see what that is. But he is going to move on to 2-3 with Boss Bass in sight.
It's nice when you find a star here, when you have a Boss Bass on your screen. It makes you feel a little bit happier about yourself.
Yeah, you can't get swallowed up when you have the invincibility like that. But by taking down Boss Bass, now he's going to show up in midair. Like that. Holy smokes, look out.
Yeah, and once he gets to this stage here, it's going to be perfectly fine. So this is one of the areas where you have a guaranteed enemy to show up, and that's going to be one of the Koopas because you got to find some way to deal with the bricks. What was that Boss Bass? My goodness.
I noticed that in 2-3 come up a lot. When you kill Boss Bass like that with the Koopa shell, he just gets stuck down there, but I'm sure he respawns quickly, so you just got to get into that pipe and move it.
Gamercal going to go ahead and take care of this final Boomerang Bro, and he will pick up another star for his efforts. I haven't seen any hammers show up just yet.
Not from the Hammer Brothers scenes, at least. And here we've got the star for Jetabb.
And we are now in the 2 airship for Gamercal. And so too is DarkShadows59. Remember, Dark Shadows took the lead because he opted to use a cloud over the pyramid, so that's why he currently has the advantage over Jet. But we are 10 minutes into a run. This is only about a third of the way through, if not more. So
and here is Morton Koopa, and not very salty, Rick. It's just a one-hitter.
So now we get to World 3. World 3 is going to be one of the interesting worlds.
Koopa Shell, where the heck are you? What happened here on Jetabb's side? Oh, there's the meal for Boss Bass.
Gamercal popping into 3F1 to begin things on here. And look at him just running through this level.
All right, Dark Shadows. The letter is a mushroom, so we get mushrooms from the princess in the world too. So now here's 3F1 for Dark Shadows. Gamercal takes down Boom Boom, and One Fine Day takes care of Morton. He'll be moving on to World 3.
Yeah, and it's guaranteed what we're going to be seeing. This opens up the lock, and then Gamercal is going to look to go play the Spade game.
Finds the star. There's the 1-up.
Yeah, I think he's about ready to clear this board. Yeah, there it is. He's got a guaranteed clear board here for Gamercal. Pops into his inventory. I still don't see any hammers.
I see some Hammer Brothers suits, so I think we see some Hammer Brothers suits in the end card game, but no hammers.
Yeah, the hammer suit's going to come into use when we get to World 8. Gamercal likes usually hanging on to that for Bowser purposes, which is understandable.
Here we are.
Oh, we got our first Boss Bass lunch here.
That actually was our second Boss Bass lunch. If you recall, we had one happen on Jetabb's side on 2-3 because he despawned the Koopa Troopa.
We're trying to not remind Jetabb of that incident.
Yeah, I can see that here. Ooh, this is 3-4 where Gamercal is now.
Shout outs to Jetabb, who was trying to do the one frame trick and to get into that door. But he didn't pull it off, and this time he'll go into the door number 6 and do it the way that you're intended to do it.
Right? And gamercal done with 3-4. Boy, we've seen a lot of boss bass already, Rick.
Well, nothing like that fish food at the midday of a day.
gamercal finds the way out. He's on the World 3 airship where Wendy-O Koopa awaits.
Yeah, that's one of the tricky things about World 3 is the fact that you don't know how to get to the end of the world. So you have to sit around trying to figure out what pipe goes where. Does this pipe go where I need it to go? How much more of this world do I have to do? What am I going to find when I get to Wendy? And Wendy is a one hitter, which is really, really nice.
Really good for the runners, not so good for the people in chat. Wendy only had the side salad today.
I don't think these 4 runners are going to complain at all about Wendy going down in one hit. So
totally agree with you on that one, Rick. And here's the first playing of the card games for Dark Shadows. Finds a mushroom off the bat and the star. And the 10 coin. Well, he's on a roll.
I think he's got the same. I think he's got a complete idea on how to play this out right now. And could he sweep the board on the first try?
Not quite.
Nope.
So there's a Jukum Cloud amongst that.
Yeah, the Jukum Cloud is going to be nice. Now, of course, the hammers could come into play because of the ability to break open locks by way of those hammers. But again, the end spade game is not providing them at all. And I haven't seen any hammers whatsoever.
Yeah, we've been completely devoid of hammers as One Fine Day takes down the weakling Wendy. We'll move on to World 4. gamercal just took care of the Boom Boom in 4F2, and Dark Shadows takes care of Wendy in World 3.
And it looks like gamercal is going to be opting to go towards the... He's choosing to go towards the pipe to see where that leads. Star runs out just in time for him to land right on top of a boo.
But he gets another star. He's going to get the Boom Boom kill, I think. And
yeah. You got it. Yeah, your bros in chat. That's the reverse orb right there for gamercal, who seems to be rolling along right now. Jetabb is throwing some fireballs at Wendy. Doesn't know that this was a one-hit Wendy, too.
But that was an impressive kill nonetheless. Nonetheless there, Rick, and bro! All right, so here's One Fine Day. Ooh, all of these outfits here in 4F2, but somehow One Fine Day negotiates through them, still has the fire suit, going for the quick kill, got him.
And gamercal, meanwhile, picks up a P-Wing. And is going to try to set himself up for a very fast run through this 4 fortress, and unfortunately gets singed by the fire, but continues to run through this level. Gonna opt to take a look at the power-up, but it's just a star, and stars do nothing on the Koopa kids.
Yeah, as powerful as they are against Boom Boom, yep, they are impervious to star power, and sometimes it's more of a hindrance.
Yeah, especially when they try to bound you around and that star decides it's going to run out. But a 2-hit here in World 4, and gamercal is going to be making his way to the Sky World. And you like seeing pipes in World 5. Because one could take you to the clouds without having to do anything nasty, like go through that nasty sky level.
Yeah, the tower. Exactly.
Yeah,
you don't want to be going through the tower. Yep. And Boom Boom goes down on 4F2 for Jetabb. We had a music box last time. It's an anchor. It could be anything, Rick.
Yeah, the thing with it, 5-9 shows up, and of course, we know it's going to be 5-9 when you go into 9, but gamercal is electing to go through this level, which is interesting.
I kind of wonder, does he have any Jukum Clouds, or is he trying to save them?
He's probably trying to save them for the upcoming battles in World 6 and 7.
Yeah, that certainly would make sense. So gamercal's going to bite the bullet here. Hopefully there's none of these gross enemies, because normally you have those fire chomps that are trying to knock you off. Believe me, I always skipped this level as a kid. I hated 5-9.
You know what I think it is, actually?
What do you think it is?
He might have a end spade game coming up.
Oh, and he doesn't want to miss out. Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, he looking at his score count right now, he's at 354,000, and it spawns every 80,000 points. So he might be sitting on a end spade game coming up, so he doesn't want to lose it. So that might be the decision, although it doesn't spawn. It might be sitting in the other world, and we get F5, F1. Remember, we don't get 5 F2 here because we saw that earlier.
That's right. Back in World 2, we saw that. And Jetabb having some trouble with these Boomerang brothers, but does take the last one down and gets a P-Wing for his troubles.
Finishing off with a boom boom here for gamercal as we see Dark Shadows popping into 4-2, which has an angry sun in it.
No,
Even
Rick, I know why
like
he played 5-9. Sorry to interrupt you there. I know why he played 5-9. You have to cross that to cross the bridge. It's required.
Oh.
So you need to double Jugum Cloud, or you have to bite the bullet. And One Fine Day is opting for the Jugum Cloud.
That makes sense. That totally makes sense. Yes.
All right, so One Fine Day takes down the Boom Boom. So I would imagine he is going to Jugum Cloud 5-9 again and cross that bridge to enter 5-2.
Yeah, there's the end spade, but you know, there's no hammers on these end spade games, so gamercal's probably opting, nope, I don't need to do this anymore.
Yep, he'll pass and just move on to the next board, which happens to be 5-1. Jetabb has the star equipped. Yep, there's the bouncing around that you were talking about, Rick. But the two-hitter, and Jetabb moves on to World 5. And takes the lead, by the way.
Ends up having the lead against Dark Shadows. Now, remember, Dark Shadows had a lead for a while because of his cloud usage on the pyramid in World 2.
And I believe Jetabb used a cloud on one of these in World 4. And there's your first hammer of the match, Rick. Belongs to gamercal.
And you're probably muttering at this point, really? You wait until now to give this to me? Now, of course, we still have World 6 to go, and World 6 can have a couple of good spots where you can hammer. Of course, World 8 still coming into play as well, but you would love to see a hammer a lot sooner than World 5.
Nice job in 5-4 for gamercal, avoiding the angry sun, trying to knock him off there, and completes his 3 cards.
But you know what the nice thing is?
What's that, Rick?
You know, based on the items that you've been seeing and the items that everyone else is getting, that nobody else is getting those hammers.
That's right.
So it's not like you're gonna feel like, oh God, my opponent got all the hammers and I'm feeling behind type of moment.
And Dark Shadow's going to play out 5-9.
Mm-hmm. As you mentioned before, and I didn't realize that based on the map layout, that you would have to cloud this twice or get rid of all of your lives after you defeat the 4, and it takes some time.
Now,
although that didn't work out well here for Dark Shadows, unfortunately.
Oh, man, you may think, yeah, he's now going to go ahead and use the cloud. He's going to use a star and a Tanuki suit. Not taking any chances as gamercal is done with the World 5 airship. He'll be moving on to World 6. I didn't see how many hits Roy took. Let's find out on One Fine Day side. 1, no. 2, no. 3, ooh, pretty strong. 4, the maximum 5 hitter. And I did not see what Peach gave.
I didn't see it either, and we'll get maybe a glimpse of it coming up in just a moment. gamercal going to check the pipes first. And, well, it takes him on the other side of the hammer, but he doesn't want to spend his one and only hammer for absolutely no gain at all.
Yeah, that makes absolutely no sense there. And what do we have? A music box, which could come in handy in World 7.
Yeah, but you already got music boxes in your arsenal. This has absolutely no weight to it whatsoever. And
hammer!
It is a hammer! So we do have 2 hammers in our arsenal now.
Indeed, we do. So gamercal is probably going to stock up and save them for World 8 potentially. And One Fine Day finds the dreaded 6-5.
What makes this dreaded?
Usually Boss Bass is accompanied on the bottom, as you just saw right there. But he's going to despawn him, as you just saw right there. So now he's got to be careful of this Paratroopa, and nice negotiation there. As gamercal takes care of 6F2, the Ice Fort. There is our Koopa that is going to break those bricks. Oh, I didn't even need it. That was an amazing tail swipe there from One Fine Day.
Good composure to in, able to keep his balance at that stage. Finishes that off. gamercal trying to dance around here on the ice. Jetabb getting the hammer, and over here we're getting some coins from Dark Shadows.
Yep, indeed. And Jetabb going into a mushroom house to stock up on his inventory and gets a Tanuki suit. There's those two hammers. gamercal now on 6-3.
Yeah, looks like gamercal ended up taking a death as One Fine Day pops into 6F2.
Ooh, One Fine Day is going for the gusto, going for the fly around there, and that can be dangerous because if you mess it up, you're taking that fall. Whoa, man!
Survived it.
Oh, the swag points, ladies and gentlemen.
gamercal's going to go ahead and check this, see if he can't avoid any more levels, and he comes over here to the right-hand side, and we have a connection all the way to the airship, the castle. Here we go. gamercal with his Tanuki suit in hand. We're all set and ready to go. One Fine Day popping into the 6-3.
Yep. One Fine Day is not all that far behind gamercal. It could come down to World 8, and here comes Lemmy Koopa. 2 hits. Ooh, 2 hits is not enough. 3 hits. He is a jumbo shrimp at 4 hits.
Let's talk about what's going on over here on the left-hand side, because this is quite a race that is shaping up between DarkShadows59 and Jetabb. They're on the same level together. Dark Shadows finished with the level first, and Jetabb coming in just afterwards.
Literally a few seconds.
Apart. Yes.
People in chat, if you have Nest Cardinality's emotes, command. gamercal got the Tanuki suit finish, and it's a P-Wing from Princess Toadstool this time.
And now we head on over to World 7. We have a decision to make. Do we go to pipe number 1 or pipe number 2? And then once we get to pipe number 1, do we go to pipe number 3 or pipe number 4? Well, not really that. And now the next question is, oh, I don't know why Cal used the cloud right there. That may have been an accidental.
It probably was there. Knowing gamercal's, wow, nice kill of the piranha plant using the statue technique. Do it again. Nice. Loving these strats here from gamercal. Oh, now he's just going to try to plow through here, and he's going to get something here from this power-up. It's a fire flower.
Yeah, it's a nice power-up right there to see. Oh, all right. Nasty spot there for the hot foot, but he's able to get through it. One Fine Day finishing off with the 6 airship, and this is where this race could turn around depending on your World 7 luck. You could choose the different pipe and find yourself over on the right island where the castle is.
Yep, and One Fine Day taking the pipe on the right side. Oh, but that's the pipe with the view, the stealth pipe, the one that is the good old troll pipe.
And One Fine Day is going to...
Look at Jetabb go. He doesn't even care about boss pass.
Cal's found the path. Yeah, he's 7F2 to get there.
So it turns out that was an excellent move right there. Wow. So gamercal guessing correctly here, and One Fine Day, he sees the fort, and what is he going to do now?
He's going to hammer this, and that's going to be the right decision.
Oh, wow.
It's going to keep things close, but gamercal will have the hammers for World 8.
Absolutely. So, yep, this is anybody's ball game. Music box activated for One Fine Day. Let's see how strong Ludwig von Koopa is. 2 hits is not enough. 3. Ooh, beefier than that. 4. Oh, jeez.
So what ended up happening here is Cal's usage of the cloud is not going to hurt him in the end, because you don't have many opportunities to cloud levels in World 8. So this is not going to hurt Cal whatsoever in the end. But, you know, it could come down to that hammer difference between these two. Over on the left-hand side, Jetabb continuing his way through. He's going to head on over towards 6F2. And Dark Shadows is right in Jetabb's shadows.
No lead is safe in World A. It's certainly not the lead that gamercal has on One Fine Day. This is totally anybody's game, and we have is
forced linear path to the first pipe.
So we have to play the
linear path
army.
to the first pipe.
Absolutely. These runners are going to be all that they can be here in the army, and they're going to have to grin and bear it. No skipping it this time.
They can't skip that, and they don't really want to skip the fortress that's coming up as well, because you do that and it turns out to build a bridge somewhere else. Let's just say that you're probably not going to have a good day afterwards.
Which reminds me, Rick, people in chat predict how many bridges it is going to take to build the path to Bowser's castle.
0.
You think 0? Well, we'll see if you're right, Rick. It's been a while since I've seen a 0, so I'm going to stick with the positive values here. I'll say 1.
Well, I'm going to say 0 because by the time we get over to Bowser's Island, a bridge will have already been created.
I get where you're going with that, but that's still going to be 1 bridge.
If a tree falls in the forest, does it make a sound?
Yes.
No, it doesn't. I can't hear
Why?
it if it doesn't make a sound.
Right, because we're not in the forest. I got you there, Rick. So gamercal
Okay.
can't get the 1 cycle.
Let's see if he goes for the 4 block clip. No, he doesn't.
8F1? I didn't know there was a second fort in World 8. Oh, I guess Bowser's Castle, I guess, counts.
Well,
I guess you could count that as 8F2.
I still call it 8F1, but, you know, it's the lone fort of World 8.
Right you are. And here is Dark Shadows in 6-3. Jetabb gets the star.
One fine day takes a bath in the lava.
Oh, and that is a costly one, folks.
He just missed on the jump. gamercal goes into the pipe, and we have to do a maze of pipes. Is this a linear path, World 8?
Could be, Rick. What we're going to find out. And maybe. There's panel 2. There's another lock.
There's another pipe right there. Cal's going to go ahead and check this first. And it takes us over to another lock right there.
Another lock, too. So, Rick, it's either 1 or 0.
Well, he's going to break apart that lock here to head into this pipe. And what is gamercal going to find on the other side?
No bridges! You were right!
No bridge!
Well done, Rick. That's the first time I've seen that so far in the tournament. So, gamercal in the catbird seat with Hammer Bro suit in hand. First try mac and cheese clip!
He clips that one. Let's see how he does with the third clip, not the free clip.
Right. Just got to make sure that he doesn't get hit by these roto discs. And nice, he gets it on the first try.
Yeah, he's going to want to keep his hammer suit. Misses the jump right there. Going to try to get some speed. Getting up to the donut block. Yeah, let's see how he does with this clip. No, he doesn't get it, so he's going to go inside of the door.
He's going to have to be careful because they're randomized. Look at the fireball barrage. Holy smokes. This is why people generally avoid the top path. And now there's so many on there. We're despawning them, but they're still there. Is there a fire? No. Wow. Nice negotiation. Hi, Bowser.
Yeah.
And bye, Bowser.
Patience. You have to have some coolness there. And gamercal is going to take his match against One Fine Day to remain undefeated.
Yep, he goes to 5-0, and that's going to pretty much punch a ticket to the bracket stages for gamercal. I mean, that was an amazing screen right there to keep that Hammer Brothers suit and win the race.
By the way, there should be one thing to note here is even though he is 5-0 and has punched probably a ticket into brackets, he's going to want to go 6-0 because your seeding in brackets will depend on this.
Rick! Oh, One Fine Day, I think, found the path a little faster than gamercal. That death is the deciding factor. Of course, then again, One Fine Day is about to find that that top room, unless he can do the block clip, is going to be a swell time. Dark Shadows is in the World 7 airship. Currently has the lead on Jetabb. He's trying to go 3-0. And we'll see how One Fine Day negotiates this room. Sees all the fireballs here. And 7F2 now for Jetabb.
And Jet takes an unfortunate jump. Will he use his hammer? Yes, he will.
Unfortunately, One Fine Day getting pummeled by the fireballs is going to have to do the traditional Bowser kill, and Dark Shadows think got high enough for the animation skip.
And One Fine Day finishing off with this Bowser having to play the patience here. Official SRL time for gamercal was 31:50, by the way.
That's a really good time there, especially with the lack of hammers early on. So, very impressive run there for gamercal. But meanwhile, we have quite a race between Dark Shadows and Jetabb. Dark Shadows right now is going to go to World 8 first, as get your GGs out for One Fine Day, takes care of Bowser, and played a really, really good race, but came up just a little bit short.
So as One Fine Day pops into the door, we'll finish and stop the timer 33:51. Dark Shadows with a little bit of a lead in this battle against Jetabb. Stay tuned. This is the first of 2 races in this group play. The second, what are we going to change in game number 2?
Well, Rick, in game number 2, we are going to shuffle up the world, so we may not necessarily start with World 1, but for those of you who may have just joined us for the first time in this tournament, we actually had a scenario happen where even though it was flag set number 2, we had the worlds in order, which is a statistical improbability to say the least. Also shuffled up are the levels, so 1-1 in World 1 isn't going to necessarily be World 1. It might be like, say, 7-8. So those are going to be shuffled up as well.
Why would you want to do 7-8?
I wouldn't want to do 7-8, but I was just giving that as an example, Rick.
Rope 7-8 is a horrible level.
It really is. I think it's the worst non-fort level in the entire game. I'm sure some people would object to other stages, but I think 7-8 is the worst stage of the game that's not a fort.
5-9 is just boring.
Yeah, 5-9's boring. You're right about that. It's not as bad as 7-8, but it's still pretty bad. As Dark Shadows was hoping to get a Fire Flower, but comes up with just a leaf instead. Jetabb takes down.
Yeah, firing off the Boomerang brother ends up picking up the hammer suit as Dark Shadows finishes off with 8F1. So one stage separates these two. How fast will these two find the path to Bowser's Castle?
Well, we'll see about that, Rick. But at the moment, Dark Shadows, I'd say, has the advantage at the moment. It would behoove Jetabb not to fall into the lava here like it happened on One Fine Day's side.
Dark Shadows trying to remain perfect and advance to 3-0.
Well, Dark Shadows doesn't like what he sees there, and Jetabb's not going to get the 1 cycle, so he's going to grab this leaf.
Yep, now he's going to have to go back down here in order to reactivate the P switch, which right now, Dark Shadows continuing to get tousled around in this world. Maybe trying to find out if this pipe takes him to where he needs to go, and it does. There we go.
Yep, found the way out. No bridges. He's got the Hammer Brothers suit. No stars, though, so he's going to have to be careful with these statues, which he does. Jetabb completes the World 8 fort, but unless Dark Shadows makes a really big mistake here, it's looking like Dark Shadows is going to go 3-0.
Just got to be patient climbing up those blocks with the roto discs. Takes the easy Nintendo Power clip.
Yep, and we'll see.
Oh! Dark Shadows getting the clip that will take him right straight to Bowser without having to dance with the fireballs.
That is going to be all she wrote unless Dark Shadows doesn't get the hammers off in time. This is going to be GG right here. Hi, Bowser. And bye, Bowser.
Yeah. There he goes. He played a little safe right there as Jet just makes his way through Bowser's Castle. And Dark Shadows is going to be your 3rd place finisher.
Right, he's the 3rd place finisher.
In his match against
Right.
Jet.
Exactly. I was just about to say that. So, yep, that's exactly correct. So, GG for Dark Shadows. And Jetabb not going to be too far behind, but having a little bit trouble with this clip. He does get it on the second try, though.
Jet going through. He's not even going to chance it. And now we'll deal with the gazillion fireballs of hell and fury.
Yep. Watch out for the double here. Let's see if he can... No. Almost.
That is a really, really difficult setup there. Got to give a lot of shout-outs there to gamercal for being able to jump over that without much of a problem.
Yeah, he made those donut steps work in his favor by dancing around them so that he wouldn't take the fall or get hit by the fireballs. I mean, he really played that as perfectly as you could in that situation.
And so Jet will be finishing off this, and we will get ready for game number 2, which, as Alaz has pointed out, we're going to shuffle up a whole lot more. But first, get your GGs in the chat for Jetabb, your 4th finisher.
I must say, Rick, all 4 of these runners played spectacularly here in game number 1. I can't wait to see what they have in store as we enter game number 2.
There it is. And with that, we were going to go ahead and take a quick break. And when we come back, it's game number 2. Stay tuned. welcome to game number 2, Laws.
Indeed, game number 2 between Dark Shadows and Jetabb and gamercal and One Fine Day. Dark Shadows now 3-0 in group play, and gamercal 5-0. A win here gives him a perfect group stage play and a very high seed going into brackets.
And once again, seeding is very, very important. You don't want to end up getting somebody nasty in your first round matchup. So let's see how it goes. What world are we going to begin with?
I'm going to say world 4.
We get to play that game. Come on, get your guesses in the chat. Let's go. Let's see what levels we're going to get. I am going to make a guess. We're going to start with world 2.
Ooh, all right. 2 it is. We'll see if either one of us is right or if anybody on the Twitch chat nailed their prediction. So stand by. We're going to be starting game number 2 between these 4 fine competitors very shortly.
All right, here we go. Dark Shadows versus Jetabb, gamercal versus One Fine Day, tournament flags number 2. We shuffle everything. Three, it is.
Right between our guesses, Rick. So world 3. And we're starting off with 6-10. That's an interesting start. So unfortunately, no fireballing these frozen coins. Looks like gamercal is going to be the first one to finish, and Jetabb getting Koopa Troopa back to start. Starting off with, hey, it's World 8 Fort again. As we mentioned, all of the levels, all of the forts, all of the worlds, they are shuffled up. So World 8 Fort right off the top. Oh, and gamercal falling into the gap there and losing his power, but does get a leaf back.
Better to lose the power up than to lose the life.
That's right, Rick. And gamercal, let's see if he's able to pull off the one cycle. He's trying to blaze through here, and oh, he just missed. One Fine Day not going to get the one cycle either. He's going to check to see if there is a fire flower, but it's a star. Gamercal going for the double star technique. It worked! All right, One Fine Day, the traditional boom boom kill. He's got him, and oh, Rick, 6-6.
You say that like that's a bad thing.
It is, because of the gauntlet at the end.
No, it's bad because the entire stage, Laws.
Yeah, let's be honest. The whole stage is bad, but
the entire stage is horrible.
You're right, Rick, but the gauntlet is what caps an already bad stage into a living nightmare.
I mean, this was a horrible stage back in one of gamercal's tournament matches last time around, or in last year's tournament when he was facing off against Mitch Flower Power, and Mitch Flower Power just kind of had a Death City here in this 6-6.
Well, not as bad this time around. gamercal is able to get through 6-6. Wow, skirts by the fireballs. Does One Fine Day somehow keeps that leaf intact? gamercal completes 6-6. Oh, yeah. No problem there for One Fine Day, though.
You lose the fire flower at this stage in the level, you're fine with it. You lose it at the beginning, you're absolutely hating it. 6-6, you're right, is not a fun level to deal with. We get 4-4 here.
4-4, yep. And that was a nice shot there on the Lakitu to take him down early. But it doesn't matter what you do with Lakitu. He's always going to come back with more spinies.
Yeah, but you can see some of the finer runners are able to just make it so he is absolutely a non-factor.
gamercal completes his cards up to 5 extra lives. One Fine Day sitting, interestingly enough, on 2 mushrooms. I don't think he's going to get the third. It's usually one of those end stages where you can usually time it to get the star. We'll see what happens on One Fine Day side. As we have a Hammer Brothers suit in the Mushroom House for Jetabb.
Yeah, pretty solid find at this point. Here's One Fine Day. He will get the star, as you've mentioned. And hey, we get a level that would normally have a boss bass, but gamercal is just able to run right straight through it. That's 3-7, if I remember correctly.
3-8, actually, Rick.
3-8, yep, I was close. Close enough.
Yeah,
and
close
here's
enough.
our first look at the end spade game. Let's see how many matches gamercal is able to make. We find 20 and a 1-up and a flower and a mushroom.
No match. The board goes back, so he'll have to remember that for the next go-around. Here's a Sledgehammer Brother for gamercal to deal with. Nice shot, and he's going to get his Fire Flower and a star for his inventory.
And he's going to wait until after he kills the Hammer Bro, because the timer to run up the stage activates as soon as you pick up the item, as opposed to picking it up beforehand, which slows down all sorts of timers. We find ourselves the path to Wendy, but there's a fort in the way. Rather, there's a lock in the way, but what fort are we dealing with? Hi, Air Force.
Yes, indeed. Wendy's telling these runners, I hear you knocking, but you can't come in. You got to find the fort that's going to unlock it.
That's not how that song goes.
I know it's not. So,
oh, don't worry, baby. Come on in, says Air Force.
Right. We'll see if this is what breaks the lock here.
I wouldn't be surprised if if this is it.
I would be surprised if it was it, too. We'll see, though.
Yeah, Cal going over here to the Fire Bro, and the Fire Bro will give Cal a P-Wing. We have a couple of matches showing up on Dark Shadows.
3 matches.
Screens.
Wow.
Yeah, there we
So
go.
we got a flower, a mushroom, and coins. And the coins was a Jugum Cloud. One of them was not a prize. It was either 10, 20, or a 1-up, and it was the way out, Rick.
Mm-hmm. Kind of figured it at the location where that was. One Fine Day is going to immediately go and take care of the Fire Bro, and he's going to pick up his reward for that, the P-Wing. And we have ourselves Wendy, and Wendy has 1 hit and 2 hits, and Wendy is down double the HP from seed number 1, but it ain't the fight that a lot of people want.
Yeah, Wendy was definitely not prepared for today's set of races. I guess Bowser decided to put her on a no Baconators diet today.
And One Fine Day following suit as Dark Shadows is in the Air Force and Jet going through the pipe. Unfortunately, One Fine Day loses the Fire Flower against Wendy, but tackles Wendy. We get a cloud for the Princess Letter at the end of stage 3.
That was a good catch there, because I certainly didn't catch it on gamercal's side. One Fine Day does take down Wendy, down in 2 hits, and this is 6-7 where gamercal is right now.
Yeah, this is a real fun level when you're playing this in the casual and the vanilla game here, filled with an auto-scroller that you just really, really love to play, because it's just so... How do you spend your time while you're waiting for that to move?
Yep. I will say this, I'm disappointed gamercal didn't even shoot at the coins. I'm not saying he should go after the coins, this is a race, but he should have at least shot at them. There's a hammer!
Nah, I think the hammer's fine.
Yeah, hammer's great, you bet. Remember, we didn't see a hammer until World 5 in game number 1, but here we are in World 2, and we've got 1 hammer on the board.
Gamercal's going to go ahead and take this pipe, see where it goes. And, well, it does take you to the other side here, so maybe that's something we can do with it as we get World 1-1.
Yes, indeed, and Dark Shadows takes down Wendy Okupa, and Jetabb not that far behind.
So their gamercal could have had the unfortunate problem of falling off a cliff, but was able to stop himself in time. Loses the power up, but I think that is just a minor no.
Oh, Jetabb was trying for the animation skip, but got too high, and the one goes right through him.
So he finishes off with the Wendy fight. Dark Shadows about to go into the Wendy fight. How do you feel about getting through your first world at about 8.5 minutes in?
you're probably not feeling too good about yourself because, you know, you're looking to get a 30-minute time, maybe a sub 30-minute time, as we see 4F2 now on gamercal's side. One Fine Day completing 1-1, and now we have Dark Shadows in 6-7.
And Dark Shadows is no longer in 6-7 because he takes the death.
Ooh, that could give Jetabb a chance now. In fact, yeah, Jetabb is now in the lead on virtue of that one.
Well, it's kind of a neck-and-neck situation here as Jetabb's trying to get himself going with some flying skills, but Dark Shadows is with the P-Wing in hand, so probably going to be seeing Dark Shadows the first one to finish off this level.
Yeah, he'll be back in the lead after that attempt didn't work out for Jetabb, as we have a frog suit here. This is now 4-3 where One Fine Day is.
And we have ourselves the Fire Bro for gamercal, just being patient, doesn't go immediately in, gets a P-Wing for his efforts, but more importantly, doesn't lose his power-up at this stage. And Spade Game spawns up for gamercal's second chance in.
No match on the first try.
Yeah,
There's a Fault Flower.
Yeah, he's going to match the Fire Flower. And then settle in to take the pipe, and we get the hammer pick up before Jet. And Dark Shadows now over here, trying to figure out what route he needs to take to get through this level.
One Fine Day is now currently in 7-4, which is normally a very annoying auto-scroller, but thankfully with the auto-scrollers turned off, this is a much more tolerable level. If you have the frog suit, you can get through it pretty quickly.
And so gamercal is now in World 4-3.
Dark Shadow is having a little bit of trouble with the Angry Sun here in 1-1 and falls into the pit, which tends to happen sometimes when you try to make that jump from the air like that.
It looks like One Fine Day may be on his... No, he is not. We need to build a bridge.
Oh, that's a very tough break there for One Fine Day. He was hoping, and we have the army now on gamercal's side. We've already seen a couple of the branches of Bowser's military.
Hopping here through the army is gamercal.
Ooh, gamercal almost a little too slow there. He almost got blasted by that humongous cannonball. Speaking of humongous things, a Sledgehammer Bro at the end gets a Tanuki suit.
And so gamercal with the bridge built, and this is why we saw gamercal have the backup earlier, having to take care of an extra place to go as One Fine Day is in. This is 4F2, isn't it?
Yep, this was required, so One Fine Day took a chance hoping this wasn't required, and unfortunately for him, it backfired.
So gamercal continuing through. This is the 7 airship, isn't it?
Correct, the World 7 airship where Let Me Have It awaits. Shrimp! There's the shrimp we all know and love that Lemmy Koopa is when I'm doing comms.
Why are you calling him small?
Because he's the smallest of the Koopas, and usually when I do commentary, he's a one-hitter, and he's a one-hitter again.
He needs to eat his spinach.
You're right about that, and maybe a little bit more. Let's see what Princess gives our runners in the letter for World 2. Is One Fine Day now is in the World 7 airship. We have Jetabb currently in 1-1 with the Angry Sun. Now, he's got 2 stars, but only 2 extra lives. What is he going to do? He is going to take the 5 up.
Hammer Bro. Hammer Bro
Nice.
Suit is what we got at the end of there. So we walk into 7F2.
Not 7F2, but just plain old
Or
7-2.
7-2, yes. I added an F. Press F in chat to say respects for me saying commentary.
That's all right.
This
No
is
problem
Tournament
with
Flags 2, if you're just tuning in.
One Fine Day is complete with World 2. We'll be moving on to World 3. Here's Dark Shadows in 7-4 with the raccoon tail equipped. Jetabb on his way to panel 10, where he's going to be at 4-3.
By the way, shout outs to everybody who's been joining into this match after watching the earlier match that was taking place over on SpeedGaming 1. As gamercal is swimming his way through. Without any sort of incident, Jetabb is in 4-3. One Fine Day is in the Fortless 7-2.
Right, you are, and that was a 3-5 that gamercal just completed, and he completes his cards, has 8 1-ups left. Oh! There's the third meal of the day for Boss Bass.
One Fine Day was going to get killed by something there.
Yeah, he was.
If it wasn't the Boss Bass, he was going to get killed by the Koopa Shell.
Right, and we go from 3-5 to 3-4. Ooh, gamercal gonna have to be a little bit careful here. He should be able to make it fine,
he's
though.
fine. He's fine. He got Paragoomba'd, but, you know, at the end...
Oh, man, and One Fine Day just got swallowed up by Boss Bass a second time. That's 4 now on the meal counter.
Yeah, this is not a fun stage to end up having to deal with a Boss Bass, especially if you're unable to get over this giant gap, and he's just trying to avoid the Boss Bass a couple of times. gamercal cleaning up on the end spade game.
He's made a lot of matches, just 2 more pairs left to go. He's got it. What a job there for gamercal. What do we have in the prize inventory? I guess we're not going to find out now.
Well, it looks like we may have got another hammer out of this as Cal goes into Frog Suit, and we get our first beta level.
Yeah, that's right, Rick. This is the 7-3 beta, which, by the way, does have a coin heaven, but it's in a very precarious spot. You're definitely not going to see runners take it, as gamercal having a little bit of trouble, but he should be fine.
So why aren't they going to take it?
Well, number 1, coin heavens, the auto-scrollers are not turned off. And number 2, it's in a very precarious spot because if you try to go for it, chances are you're going to get knocked into the pit.
Also,
Dark Shadows taking the fall of shame there in World 7 Fort.
Also, shout-outs there to One Fine Day, who ended up getting through that 7-2 madness. And, you know, the one good saving grace is the fact that in Super Mario Bros. 3 Randomizer, the airships do not move from the castle if you take a death.
Yeah, and that's what the anchor is normally used for in the vanilla game, is by using the anchor, the airship gets stuck in place, and One Fine Day, a hole-in-one, great in golf, not in this game.
Shoutouts to Lost Cards Band, who was able to make a golf analogy here in the middle of a video game.
Jugum Cloud pickup for gamercal. Dark Shadows completes World 2. Lemmy goes down, and he will get the animation skip. But he is currently behind. However, Jetabb now down to Small Mario, and gonna have to take care of the music box bridge just like One Fine Day did, and escapes for the time being.
As gamercal finishes off with the Airship World 5, the third world of this game is done with a 2-stage advantage over One Fine Day.
Yeah, gamercal starting to build up a little bit of a lead here on One Fine Day, and the micro pile mini Goomba! And that's going to give Dark Shadows the lead back.
Dark Shadows with the lead now after Jet takes the unfortunate death. This 7-2 is claiming some victims. gamercal is the only one to get through 7-2 unscathed. A star, the prize of getting out of World 3, and we have ourselves an instant castle. It is 3 F2.
Speaking of F2s, we have 5 F2, which happens to be in World 5, by the way. The French vanilla, as they would say, as Dark Shadows completes his cards. Yeah, Jetabb took no chances. He's had to use a P-Wing here in 7-2. You certainly can't fault him after having that mishap.
Laws.
What's up, Rick?
It's too cold for ice cream!
It's never too old to have. It's never too old to have ice cream.
Never too
that's
old?
Wrong. Yeah, that's wrong.
Never too old?
I don't think I would want
to. What are you talking about?
I can't mince words, Rick. I was trying to say it's never too cold to have ice cream. Yeah, if ice cream gets old, yeah, then it's too old to have ice cream, because by then...
Well, I don't want old ice cream.
I don't either.
Back to World 2. Back to World 2.
1-6 is where gamercal is. Oh, gamercal trying. Oh, he has to settle for the backup and take the escalator of shame.
Yeah, I think he probably got blocked right there. That little gap to slow down his momentum. Wisely, he didn't launch the jump, so therefore he knew that he had to go with the backup strat.
Yeah, exactly. Jet is playing the cards. He's looking for that last mushroom and finds it. Now he's looking for a star. There's a match. How about that one up? Can he find it? Sure. 4 flowers still left. There's one of them. There's a match.
That, however, is not, but should be able to clear out this board.
Oh, you better believe he does.
He
Very nicely done. Ooh, Dark Shadows having some trouble here in 3-4, as gamercal is quickly done with World 4.
Yeah, you see, the thing is that we started off with a few of the longest levels there, 3, 5, and 6. So we're gonna get a few of the quick ones there. World 2 being one of the fast ones. We still got World 1 in the pool. World 4 can come up here next. We also got World 7 though, so not all is good in the neighborhood.
Fire Flower from the Princess this time, and oh, the nice boost off of the Koopa Troopa there from Dark Shadows. Well done here in 3-4.
Yeah,
or 7-3 or wherever.
Looks like Dark Shadows is going to be picking up this Fire Flower, so he has a good arsenal for the final portion. As we do get World 7 as our next one, so the remaining 2 worlds, 1 and 4.
Ooh,
Hammer,
a hammer.
pick up 4, gamercal.
That's a nice find there on the Piranha stage. Could have used a music box, but I don't think we've seen any music boxes so far in this seed.
Cal looking through his options right now, through all of the pipes, wanting to find the pipe that takes him over to the other side. Welcome to Pipe Island here. 5 pipes.
Yeah. Found the right one, though. But we need a hammer.
He's got a couple of them. He's fine.
Gamercal's going to play it out.
Yeah, he's going to go through this short stage as opposed to playing the long stage that he just clouded. And he has to play this out now. And the reward for doing this is... Rick,
does the game know or does the game know? Now we don't need that music box.
Beautiful place for that.
Right? So here's the World 3 airship where Luddy Von Koopa is going to await here.
One fine day in the 1-6, and right now Jet getting hit by the Koopa, trying to... Oh boy,
Roy! Oh, and he's caught! How did he escape?
No, he
I was just about to say, how did he escape? Ooh, and Dark Shadow's getting a little bit too early there. As gamercal, there's a 3-hitter earthquake from Roy. Down he goes on Dark Shadow's side.
Yeah.
And gamercal handles Ludwig von Koopa.
He's a world ahead now, gamercal is. And we have 2 short worlds coming up here. Worlds 1 and 4. This could be gamercal to go 6-0 in groups. As Jetabb misses the first jump in 5F2.
Yeah, Bowser cut on Morton's sodium intake because he was just a 2-hitter, so he was weak in both ones. And we need to build a bridge. Which of these? Wow, 3 forts?
3 forts, and one of them is 6F2.
Yep, the ice fort for gamercal.
Building up the speed. Trying to run across. Gets the first. Jumps up here with the second. And he's not going to try the third.
By the way, nice reference there to Lou Gehrig there on One Fine Day screen from the King.
And gamercal finishing off with the 6F2. Is this the right place to go? Probably not, since it's the first fort we come across.
You never know. Look at that!
Here's the bridge.
Does he have a hammer? He does.
He does. But
wow.
I think that's the last of his hammer. No, he's got one more. Look at him use all of his arsenal at this point.
Might as well. And we have Homer Simpson's favorite stage, Rick. It's 5-5.
Why is this his favorite stage?
Because it has all the donuts in the world.
Donuts.
Yes, indeed. Again, Dark Shadows now in 6-2. Jetabb trying to take down Roy on this go-around here.
Gets it. Yep, he gets it.
Nice job there.
One fine day finding his way over to the main island. Cal dealing with a hammer, bro. Gets hit by him. We'll get a fire flower for it, so that's good. We'll also pick up a star. As we pop into the airship of the final world, World 7 is going to be World 4. Or gamercal trying to do the clip right there, was unable to do so.
Right, and we have Larry Cheatsy Koopa, who was maximum strength in our last race. Let's see how beefy he is this time. Nope, one is not enough.
Two is the answer.
Practically the polar opposite of last race, just a two-hitter.
So, One Fine Day is in the Piranha stage before going into the airship in World 7. gamercal now heading into the 7th world. It's going to be World 4. 1-6 for Dark Shadows. And a boom boom here for Jet.
And now the World 3 airship for One Fine Day, where Ludwig von Koopa will await him. But gamercal on his way to World 7, which happens to be World 4, as you had mentioned, Rick.
Yep, and he gets 7F1, which gamercal did not want to see this with his current power-up state. Because you want to go in with a Leaf or a Raccoon, or rather the Tanuki suit. Unfortunately, he goes in, so he's going to have to take this long way around.
Yeah, we call this fort Fort Knox because of all the gold that you get by hitting that P-switch. Because if you're low on lives, casually, you're going to get as many coins as you can in those 200 seconds. But here in the race, you don't want to be in Fort Knox when you don't have a tail of some kind.
gamercal going up here, and this is a fort that we don't know if we need to do yet. We haven't seen 1F1 yet. And we know that's a fort that we don't have to do because it won't build a bridge.
Oh, you're right. Now One Fine Day is here in 6F2.
And so that is not the fort that we need to do. So there's going to be another fort that gamercal is going to have to seek out. But first, he's going to go through this end spade. And so the flowers are 1-ups.
Wow. And he was intentionally trying to miss there, Rick, and he happened to get a match, and yeah, he gets another extra life, so he's got 11.
And so now he's going to have to do the fire bros here. Nice destruction of them. Picks up a star. Dark Shadows right now going through the 7 Piranha stage.
One Fine Day takes care of Boom Boom. Dark Shadows gets the hammer.
And we got another boss bass inside of this stage.
Yep, this is 6-8, the lone Greenland stage of the Ice World.
With the H, get your H's into chat.
That's how you know it's the 8th stage, because H is the 8th letter in the alphabet. That doesn't apply to World 3, though, because that's in level 9.
One Fine Day suffering a death in the desert stage, which was the stage that gamercal ended up clouding over. So I think Cal made the right decision to cloud over it, little does he know.
Oh, yeah.
2-3 now for gamercal.
One Fine Day in the quicksand stage. Right now, Dark Shadows in 3-6 here in World 5. Has a pretty comfortable lead at the moment on Jetabb, looking to go 4-0 in his group.
All right, gamercal going through the pipe right now and making his way over towards the fort that he needs to do. And when you don't want a mushroom, guess what you get?
Triple shrooms for Dark Shadow. He gets 2 extra lives, but yeah, that animation's not what he wanted to see there. But little does he know, he's got a relatively comfortable lead on Jetabb, so should still be all right for the time being. As we see 7F2.
Yep, so 7F1 and 7F2 are the forts that you see in this World 4. And more Tanuki suit statue killing here for gamercal.
It's crazy.
Plants.
It's crazy how many times I've seen 7F1 and 7F2 be together here in World 4. It is weird how it works out that way.
And so this one is going to be the one that builds the bridge. So this is a required fort for all of these runners, by the way.
Well, that is going to stink, but that's the way randomizer goes sometimes.
And so gamercal going to go ahead and take the pipe. avoid the hammer ship. And yep, indeed, there's our bridge. And gamercal knowing that all he's
Dark
got left
Shadow's
is
in
World 8.
trouble! But he got him.
Going through the airship, and Dark Shadows now finishing off with the World 5, World 6 complete for one fine day. Well, he's going to have to hope that gamercal gets tousled in this World 8. It's not going to get tousled at the Koopa. That's a one-hitter.
One hit Iggy, that's what you'll love to see because he's got the wonkiest hitbox in the world. And gamercal moving on to the Great Equalizer. And it's going to take one heck of a World 8 for one fine day to make the comeback.
One. I'll give you one bridge this time.
One bridge? I'm going to agree with you, Rick. I think we had 0 bridges last time. It's going to be one. I'm going to agree with you. People in chat, how many bridges do you think it's going to take to build that bridge?
And I also say that knowing that we still had not seen any sign of the World 1 fort, so that could still come into play. And this is a choose your adventure to begin with 2 pipes to go. And hey, we have ourselves a useless lock.
Yep, so it's not going to be 4 bridges, the very, very rare 4 bridges. It's possible, but a statistical improbability to say the least. It still could be up to 3. Ooh, grab by the hand.
Stage.
It's 8-1, and gamercal is going to try to play through it. It could be the way out.
Yeah, this is the type of scenario here where you probably don't really want to play it, but you run the risk of having a gazillion hands, so I guess we're not playing it anymore.
Well, Rick, that's a nasty enemy set, and he's going to get grabbed again as Dark Shadows.
This time he's dumping off. This time he's not doing it. Nope. You're not. Nope. N-O. Stop grabbing me.
He's getting trolled. Oh, that's 3. Oh, my goodness. Dark Shadows breaks the lock.
4.
It's 4. Oh, my gosh. What is going on here with gamercal? Is one fine days in 6-8. Oh. This is gonna buy some time for one fine day, and gamercal's had enough. He's gonna play it. Hey, the GIMP Extreme Special. We've got a World 6 fort in World 8. 6F3, Rick.
6F3. It could be what we need to do in order to build a bridge somewhere. Nice jump over the Thromp. As one fine day gets the Hammer Bros ship. Thank goodness auto scrollers are turned off.
We have both varieties of the Hotfoots, the one that acts like Boo Diddlies and then the crazy punch drunk variety, but no problem there for gamercal. Here's the Boom Boom fight, and he got him.
Meanwhile, Dark Shadows continuing in his lead, and Jet trying to stay alive. Oh, takes the death.
Brutal.
gamercal electing to use a hammer. Is this going to be the right path? And it is not at this stage, but this pipe could be the right path. It is not. But this pipe could be the right path.
Let's find out.
But it's not.
I think that pipe, I don't know. I have no idea. Where is the way out? It's somewhere here. Here's the Navy.
It could be the path that gamercal was on, but got grabbed 4 different times trying to avoid it.
Yes, it could be. You're right, Rick. And now one fine day sees he's going to have to play through 7F2.
He's probably saying F.
Right. And down goes Boom Boom for gamercal, so he'll move on to the next stage. That broke a lock.
And that lock was over on the left-hand side, too, where that hand stage was. And that was a pipe.
This has to be the way out.
Hand stage. Is this the path? It is. We did have to build a bridge to get to Ganon. Ganon's
Tower, right. This is not Link to the Past.
Bowser's Castle.
So, Rick, we were both correct. It was one bridge. 3F1 is the only thing that stands in gamercal's way. And now the Boom Boom fight. He got him.
Dark Shadows with a leaf inside of the 7F1, but gamercal now loading up a hammer suit at the 33-minute mark. Diving into here, trying to hold on to this as he will see if he can't get some clips in, and he gets the first clip once again.
Yep, 2 for 2 on that clip today there, Rick. So let's see if he can hold on to it. Patience, patience. Very good.
Clip number 2, doesn't get it first try, gets it second try. This is the one we have to stand in awe. Can he get clip 3? No. Shoutouts to Dark Shadows for getting that clip, by the way.
Oh,
he said that was his first time pulling off that clip, too.
gamercal showing patience here. The fireballs. I don't see any other ones, but there could be a laser at the end.
Oh,
no laser, but gamercal a little bit too impatient there, so he's going to have to do it the traditional way, but should be no problem.
Spend ourselves with about a minute here.
One Fine Day is on his way to World 8, but it's probably going to be too little too late for him.
Yeah, this is a case where One Fine Day probably was hoping that gamercal was going to get hung up somewhere in this World 8. He almost did. But in the end, gamercal is going to go through. One more block to have to destroy, and gamercal will be undefeated in groups.
That's right. Who's on first? What's on second? I don't know's on third. gamercal's in right because he is 6-0 in group play.
Get your GGs in the chat for gamercal 6-0.
Meanwhile, back on the other race, Dark Shadows continues to lead on Jetabb as he's now in 6F2, which will build that bridge.
Yeah, we'll see if gamercal will join us for a post-race interview in just a moment. Let's go ahead and speak to the 6-0 champ. As we say hello to gamercal here, congratulations and GGs.
Hello, how are you all doing today?
So, what would you like to say to that hand stage of 8F or 8-1?
Nice to see you too. Usually it's alright. I caught for the fire snake at the end, and it was just a case of I knew I needed to jump, and normally it'd be fine, but it just slightly too late on the timing of it. So
and then it kept grabbing you.
Yeah, and I knew I needed to go that way. I was just like, I just instinctually thought, right, I need to get up this direction. I've got to see what's up there. Then on the fourth time, it's like, fine game, I'm going to go later on. And then it didn't grab me when I prepped for it. It's like, really? You know?
Dark Shadows gets the SMB3 84 jump. He's about ready to wrap up at 7F2, but he is going to have to nail this boom boom fight. Let's see how he does. There's 1 and 2 and got him.
There we go. Good job there for Dark Shadows, who is currently in the lead in his match against Jet to try to remain undefeated and put a little extra pressure on gamercal here, who has gone and ran the table in groups. You're 6-0.
Yeah, I feel like...
Sorry, One Fine Day got bombed there in the Navy.
Yep.
Oh, no!
The hot potato went off, and
oh.
That's something you don't see every day, gamercal.
Let's go back to the earlier comment. Let's go back to the earlier comment. You're 6-0 in groups. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, this was definitely a match I was nervous about, I will say, because I know One Fine Day is really good. He won the one-shot tourney before this, right? Am I thinking the right person? Is it him or Mini that won? I knew he was incredibly good. Anyway, it's gotten a lot better since last time. And yeah, it's pretty amazing, actually, to be able to roll through and just actually, still play well. I do feel like I kind of got away with 2 of the seeds, though. The second one versus Johnny Link, I got really unlucky in a lot of places, and that easily could have been a loss. And then the first one, I didn't play too well in the second half of the seed, I don't think. So I feel like I did kind of get away with it a little bit, but, sometimes you just gotta roll with that and go,
Yeah,
wow.
yeah, gamercal. The first race was neck and neck between you two. Unfortunately, for One Fine Day, he fell into the lava in the World 8 fort and could not hang on to the Hammer Brothers suit. And those two things put together, cost him the race. Gave you the win there, gamercal. If those two things don't happen, it could have been a photo finish. He might have won.
Yeah, absolutely. Go on.
It was a case where you ended up having the lead, but it was going to be a lot tighter of a race at that stage. And of course, World 8 could do what World 8 does, as it looks like One Fine Day has found the path on over. And so too has Dark Shadows, except for there's a bridge in his way.
Oh no, he had to do the fort, I guess, in the bottom corner of the map. I'm thinking that's the one.
Yeah, it might be. We're going to find out right now if 6F3 was the answer to all of our problems here, as One Fine Day is in 3F1. And we got our first hand stage, actually, of this entire afternoon, as Jet here will find out what the prize was supposed to be. Not that it really matters at this step. Yeah, it turned out to be a cloud.
That would have been nice.
Be nice.
Just got a little bit of information here from Proa that currently you are sitting at the #1 seed with an average time of 33 minutes, gamercal.
Wow.
33.
That's really good.
Yeah. I had 2 seeds above that. I think I'm 137, and then this one at a 35. And yeah, 2 sub 50s. I think the first seed this time could have been sub 50 with better play, but not gonna complain on that.
Falling into the lava here in 7F2.
Ooh,
Dark Shadows beat 6F3, but gets handed.
Hand.
I think these runners are going to see 8-1 in their sleep tonight. I think this hand means business, gamercal.
Yeah, it really does. Honestly, I don't know. Like, I don't really know how I feel about dying at the end of that one.
He goes to the firepower here and ends up getting grabbed.
Yeah.
Interesting. One Fine Day taking the bottom path. There's a couple of fireballs here. There's still that statue.
It looks like One Fine Day might be fine. Yeah.
Well, no laser.
How about that fireball right there at the very end before you went into the fight against Bowser?
I was so sad. This is the only race in the group stages that I have not gotten a hammer or a fire kill on Bowser. I was so sad. I was because I haven't gotten.
So you were 5 for 5 up until that point.
Yeah.
Just as an interruption. Just as an interruption here, get your GGs in the chat. One Fine Day comes across the final finish line here. And we're shooting all and comes across with a 41.08. GGs to One Fine Day.
Yeah. Now, I haven't managed to get top clip once yet because I really give it one go, and then I can sometimes build up the P speed again, but it's really hard and usually fall off. So I give it like one go, and then I just go top road anyway. And this is the only seed that I've been hit in the entire thing, and not by like any lack of trying on Bowser's end. There were a couple of pixel shaves.
You could have made it there, but I think you got a little bit too giddy at the end.
Yeah.
You could have saved yourself, but that's all right, though. You still won, and that's the important thing for you, going to 6-0. And there's the aggressiveness, biting Dark Shadows there.
Yeah, he luckily was able to keep his big Mario power up, but did lose his hammer suit as he tried to get the clip. Unfortunately, wasn't able to do so, as he will sit and wait for Bowser to take a few seats on him. As we welcome One Fine Day, GG's to you.
Thanks.
Yo, GG one time.
GG gamercal.
All right, so obviously game number 2 didn't go the way you were hoping it would go. It was pretty much wire to wire for gamercal this time around. But game number 1 was neck and neck literally the entire way. But I think there were 2 things that ended up being difference makers. Number 1, that very costly death in the World 8 fort. And then number 2, not hanging on to the Hammer Brothers suit, because somehow gamercal hung on to that Hammer Brothers suit. You take those 2 things, put them on your side, you may have won that race. That's how close race number 1 was.
I just want to interrupt here as Dark Shadows has come across the finish line. He is now 4-0 here in the tournament, as he will finish off with a 42-50 in his match against Jet.
Well, I mean, I think I actually I think gamercal won just when I was getting to the final map screen. So I don't think losing Hammer Bro in Bowser's Castle was the decider, but I made it's just the importance of keeping firepower and keeping the fire flower and keeping not taking so many hits. I spent a lot of time trying to dodge hits in stages, and it ate up time.
Jack got caught down in the bottom part of that stage there in 6F3, and nice decision to end up going into the pipe just to prevent him from getting grabbed by the hand stage on his way back through. As and gamercal, just getting back to you, 7-2 in this run, I think, was the deciding moment for this race. You were the only one to get through 7-2 unscathed, as everyone else ended up taking either boss bass deaths or whatever the case might have been. But you got through 7-2 without any issues.
Yeah, it feels good when you get a tail. You start the tail going into that stage. I forget exactly which level came before that, but there was, I had a tail going into it, and it's one of the best ones to go with that. I can't really do the P-speed strats in that stage, but the tail still saves at least 15 seconds going over the of making the note bridge and such, and more when boss bass is involved, because you know how tough that can be to avoid. So yeah, I say locked out a little bit with the power up there as well, but we gotta take those for sure. And
there's that hand stage. One more final slap in the face to make that two more final slaps in the face. We do have our winner, DarkShadows59, here in the commentator's booth, who's now 4-0 in group play. GG to you.
Thanks. My hands are still shaking right now.
Well done, dude.
I do want to go back to your game one. How did it feel to pull off top clip?
Oh, it felt good, and then when I missed it the second one, I almost went back for it, and then I realized last time I had done that, I slipped, fell, and had to do the bottom path, which, even if it's safer, it's still slower to go all the way down there.
And that is exactly why I give it one try. And if I don't get it, so be it. I'll leave my fate in Top Root's hands.
Yeah, I got sniped by a fireball this time, but
Same.
still got it.
It's the only race in all 6 that I have not gotten a fire or a hammer kill on, and it was because I got a bit too antsy at the end. Yeah, it was a bit disappointing, but we take what we can.
Jetabb takes down the Boom Boom. He's going to be on his way to Bowser's Castle. Make sure you give all 4 of our runners, DarkShadows59, Jetabb, gamercal, and onefineday, a follow. They've put up some great performances here this afternoon.
Well, it looks like Jed is going to be playing us a melody as he makes his way into Bowser's Castle. This tournament here, Dark Shadows, what's your thoughts heading into your final group pairing?
To be honest, I thought I was going to come out of here 0-6.
Isn't that something that a certain gamercal said in the last tournament?
Maybe.
And now look at him. He is the number 1 seed at the moment, by the way, for those of you who may have missed it.
Yeah, I was expected to get like 3 wins out of the 10 or whatever. What it was, like 8 or 10 or whatever our groups were last year. I was hoping to get 3. Yeah, 8 games. I was hoping to get 3 wins at like best, and I ended up.
Let's see how Jetabb does here. He's gonna play it cool. Good start.
It's the end that you have to be more worried about, honestly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's got.
Right
No, I
here.
thought he had it.
Oh.
He waited too long.
Yep,
You're waited too long.
So he had the opposite problem that we did there. We went a bit too early off for this stuff, and then now. Yeah, it's tough because, especially when you've only seen 1 laser out of the 2, you don't know if the final statue has a laser as well. So you kind of want to commit in a fairly specific angle too. So if it doesn't, if the fireball's there's not much you can really do.
So, just getting back to the earlier comment here, because we kind of got sidetracked there with Dark Shadows. How does it feel to be 4-0? Like, you said that you thought maybe going in 0-6, but how does this make you feel as far as your gameplay is concerned? Going 0-6 as we welcome Jet to the finish line. Get your GCs in the chat.
Yeah, I just can't believe where I'm at, and win or lose on the last set, I'm still feeling really good because I haven't been in that many dailies before this tournament, and this is my first tournament for this randomized.
Yeah, that's more parallels on that sense because that was the same with me last year. Yeah, no, it's fantastic though. It's great to see, especially new people coming in. Sometimes we have the sort of situation where like a new person comes in and they just get discouraged super easily with that because there are a lot of the people in this are very good at this point, and present company as well. And it's like yeah, sometimes people get discouraged super easily off of that, but no, you've done very well for yourself.
Yeah, like S Diesel, I can't believe I took that 2-0. Because I know Diesel's a really good runner of this, and Tapatio's really good. Jetabb, I haven't seen as much, but considering how close game 1 was, looking at the time difference, I'm guessing that could have gone either way.
Yep.
Well, it should be really interesting. Who is it that you still have to face in your groups, Dark Shadows?
Tapatio J.
Yeah, and he's pretty good. He's pretty good. So that should be an interesting matchup.
Yeah, we had our top 8 last year, and thinking of that, and race 1 was a travesty of that, but race 2 it was like I went deathless and only won by 30 seconds. So it was, just good luck for sure. He's definitely beatable, but yeah, you're gonna need to bring your A game for that for sure.
I'll do what I can, and hey, if it's at least entertaining, I did well.
That was my mentality as well, and I think it's it's the right mentality to have. So yeah, good luck, man.
And so we also do welcome in Jetabb here, who came through with a time of 48:19. GG's.
Hi guys.
Oh, you did fine.
That was rough. It was rough, but things happen.
I mean, 6-6 as the 3rd level without any chance of getting a power up beforehand if you didn't start with a mushroom or whatever. That's not easy. Not in the slightest.
Yeah, 6-6 is a really tough stage. I mean, we mentioned earlier in the broadcast that was one of the defining moments in the group stage between gamercal and Mitch Flower Power in last year's tournament.
Yeah. I didn't even play that stage in that seed. Oh dear.
Any thoughts overall about this seed, Jet?
This last one, I noticed that the pattern in the in-card game was similar to the first one that I encountered. Not sure if it was against the rules, but I went back in my previous video. I went back in this current video to look up what the pattern.
Hey, a lot of us use Makoba's tracker for stuff that way, so we'd actually have it on the tracker stuff anyhow. So if that's not illegal.
I use the same tracker, but I already reset it.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense.
Because I was waiting for the next one, and
I usually. Oh, go on. Sorry.
I was gonna say I just took a moment to find the current video and looked at the pattern again.
There's a tracker for that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makoba
has a. Makoba made the web. I think there's an offline version of it too, but he made a webpage thing for that. So it basically just brings up the card that you can click, and then whichever symbols you want for the mushroom, flower, star, etc. You can click, and it just keeps a note.
Well, there was some discussion last tournament about whether it should be allowed or not, but there's really no way to enforce it. And plus, people take down notes for themselves.
Exactly.
On paper.
It is literally the same. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's a little bit different to certain other trackers for other games that there's not exactly an entrance tracker type thing or anything like that for this sort of stuff. So it's a little bit different in that sense to other games that this is literally just a shorthand like note-taking type thing, so there can't really be any faulting this, but yeah. It's good stuff, though. Definitely check it out if you've not seen it.
Just some final thoughts. This is my first set of matches, and this group is stacked.
I'll agree with that.
So that I can already guarantee that I'm out. So I want to thank everyone for putting on this tournament. And I mean, I still have matches to play, but I've got Tap TOJ and S Diesel coming up. That's not going to be easy to win those matches. But GG Dark Shadows, you played well.
Thanks.
Yeah, that's definitely a tough group to end up getting yourself into. But good luck in the matches, and maybe something strange can happen, and we can get ourselves to a tie situation.
We'll see.
I still say you did well today, so definitely just have fun with the rest of the games.
Oh yeah,
and,
definitely.
That's all that really matters in the end
That's
of
right.
this one, I think. So yeah.
Looks like you're the favorite here at gamercal. You've been on a hot streak.
Yeah, I've kind of done a fair bit for myself here, haven't I?
Yeah, even the weeklies previous to that, right? They're playing really well.
The one just before the tourney, I didn't do as well in, but I got 10 hands in a row on that one, so I can't really, I got 4 in this race, but yeah, I kind of got
It's
grabbed
tough
like
when
10.
you can either play at the level or just try to keep dying over and over. It's a tough one.
10 hands in a row in a race that was at 2:00 your time in the morning.
Yeah, I don't like to make Johns on it, but it was kind of very late for that. I kind of felt like I needed to join in that one because of being like top 4 last year. It felt sort of right if I could to join in with that. So but yeah, it according to Power, I'm kind of top seed at the moment. So we'll see if that lasts. But
well, I know we have a certain rival of yours that may have something to say about that potentially next week.
Well, who is that?
I don't know, some famous runner by the name of Mitch Flower Power. Don't know who that is, but I hear he's pretty good.
Didn't he take a loss already?
No.
Oh, well, in that case,
not this time round.
That's right. Okay. Well, we'll see. I mean, stranger things have happened.
Yep, that's true.
That's why they play these races. We got to get out of here because we got an Missouri Dreams race coming up here beginning in 13 minutes on Speed Gaming 2. So I'm going to give everybody in this a chance for a final word or final sentence about this race, about this game, whatever it is. We'll start with Dark Shadows.
Well, Dark Shadows, I'll tell you what. Oh, you're asking Dark Shadows.
Yeah, I'm asking Dark Shadows.
Go ahead, Dark Shadow.
Well, we have very good set of seeds, but apparently I need to practice Frog.
What about you, gamercal?
Just thanks for putting this on again. It's this was a tough start on this one, but the seeds in the end were pretty good, I think. So once you got past that opening, so yeah, looking forward to the brackets again.
Okay, Jet.
I will say that I disagree with the settings for group flags 1. I'd rather play vanilla instead.
And finally, One Fine Day.
Well, I like Group 1 flags. I think it's... But I may be the only one who likes them.
No, I quite like him as well.
But anyway, just thanks for putting this on.
And that is our 4 runners. Be sure to give them all a follow. DarkShadows59, gamercal, Jetabb, and 1 with the number 1 Fine Day. GG's to all 4 of you, and good luck to you in the continuation of the Super Mario Bros. 3 Randomizer Tournament.
Thanks again.
Lost Cards fan, we got to get out of here. As I mentioned before, we got a Missouri Dreams tournament match coming up here in 11 minutes here on Speed Gaming 2. So you want to run down the upcoming SMB3R matches?
I sure will. We have one coming up later tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern between Johnny Link and Claris.com. That's going to be right here on Speed Gaming 2. Human Mustard and Matty J on comms for that one. And then tomorrow, 2 races. 1 p.m. Eastern, It's Paranoia versus Sharky 2107. And then 5 p.m. Eastern, Prior 57 versus Ace of Arrows. Those are upcoming races for the next 2 days, Rick.
You know, there's another race that's coming up that I'm really looking forward to watching, and it's coming up at the beginning of next week, and I believe you and Cyclone are actually going to be on the call for that one, involving a certain Mitch Flower Power versus Dave Lindo and a Raikou Ryder versus F. Coughlin. That's coming up on the 17th at 9:30 p.m. Eastern. Wow.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
gonna be a fun Monday night match.
Absolutely. And again, as we had mentioned, Mitch Flower Power 4-0 in group play. So if he goes 6-0, and if his time is fast enough, he could steal the #1 seed away from gamercal.
Yeah, it should be really interesting to see how that ends up going. So we'll get restream information for that coming up in just a little bit. The Johnny Link versus Claris.com is going to be over on Speed Gaming too. So let's get out of here. I'm Adirondack Rick for all of our runners for Lost Cards Fan. Thank you very much for joining us, Lost Cards Fan. You'll get the final word.
I'm LOZ Cards Fan 23, reminding you that we have those races coming up, and if Boss Bass is hungry, you better make sure he's well fed.
Well, I guess in that case, good night, everyone.
Good night, everybody.